In this chapter, we will cover setting up tasks in your personal dashboard, organizing your tasks to fit with the project timeline, managing general tasks and specific time allocations. Let's get started. Setting up a task in your personal dashboard. Now that the project is set up, it's time to organize and schedule your tasks to ensure everything runs smoothly. Now let's set up our project in the personal dashboard because the project is here. Already set up, statue upcoming. You just receive the 50% payment, so this is a good news. And here you have the timeline of the project. Remember, you can also allow dependency, do not shift automatically, and like that you can see the dependency in the view. Now we have our timeline. Let's check the first step, and the first step already started, so in progress because the client meeting is done. I already sent the quote, the client signed the quote, and the payment is done. So actually the first contact is done. Now you are in the step of kickoff. So now you can update the statue on in progress. And what you are doing now is project setup on Notion. So you already can add in progress. But what we need to do now is to create a task in your personal dashboard. So you're not gonna add one per one task. I created buttons. A button is a series of action that start when you click on the button. So for example, I create a button called Project Kickoff. So it means that when I click on Project Kickoff, you're gonna assign me a task. First contact. Actually, first contact you don't need. You're gonna assign me a task kickoff, strategy, copywriting, branding, illustration, photography, UX, UI, responsive, all the steps of the project. You're gonna assign me in my personal dashboard. Before the test, I'm gonna explain you how I did. So if you want to create a button, you just need to type /button. And here you can say project kickoff. And the action is when the button is clicked, add an action. And you can say add to page, and you select your database. So for example, team to do. And you're gonna set that you need to add a task. So for example, design. And with another property, you're gonna set a date to today. You're gonna say that the owner is the person who click on the button. That the priority is as default low. The tag is in production, and the project list you don't need to do. And that's it. And you can create another step, add to page. Again, selecting the database that you want, even can be another database, and you set up another action. And this is how you create a button. Here you have an error because there is this other step. But now you can see my project work. So let me delete this example. And let's see. Now I click on Project Kickoff. By the way, I did the same for video creation kickoff and post creation kickoff. So if I click on Project Kickoff, boom. On today, I have all these tasks. So now let's take off the one we don't need. We don't need copywriting, branding, 3D illustration, photography. Okay. Now let's go in my calendar view. So to set up this personal calendar, what I like to have is also the timeline of the project. So the kickoff, actually, we don't need it. It's the strategy. The strategy session will happen on August 19. So on August 19, strategy. And you can link this step to the Mathieu Crepel project. And in your property, because you don't see, you can add in the property, show me the project list. And also I want that this property is before my checkbox because it's more beautiful. Now let's set up the next step, which is UX design. UX design is from August 20 till August 26. So let's add this task. I grab my element, and after I just duplicate. But before duplicate, don't forget to assign to a project. And that's it. Of course, you're not working weekend, but if you want to work during the weekend, that's your choice. Now the next step, UI design. So UI design, it's from August 29 to September 18. So let's do this. UI design. We link to the project. And there we go. We create the cards. So for example, I created one for the 31 and I set to 1st September, like that. My card will appear in my September calendar. As you can see, your calendar is gonna be filled up really quickly. But that's cool. It means that you have project. Now next step, responsive, 23-24. Let me come back on August and let's set up to 23 September. We come back here, 23 September, it's 23 and the project is Matt Crepel, and 24 and 24. That's it, responsive done. After will be the Webflow development phase from September 27 till October 18. So let's go. Come back in my calendar. In September 27, come back in September on the project Mathieu Crepel. And now we say it's till October 18. So let's go. Let's go in October. Now the next one, it will be feedback and delivery. So let's bring these cards, feedback and delivery 21-25 on October 21. Let's set up this one to October 21 also, and also this one, October 21. Like that, everything is in October. October, I have promotion. So 21-25, and after 28. So feedback and delivery on Mathieu Crepel website, 21 till 25, 1 week. And after billing access on 28 and promotion I delete up and I assign the project Mathieu Crepel up, and that's it. So far till the 1st November you already assign all your tasks. So as you can see, your dashboard, it's already kind of busy for you. After, up to you to see if you can work in another project. Meanwhile, you're already in one project. Everybody is a different person, so this is really up to you. And this is a good way also to know your availability. So it's important to do that. Remember also you have your content creation batch, your prospection batch. So after it's up to you. For the moment, me, I count like as I'm doing this on the weekend. That's why it's important to remember this when you create a quote to a client, because you are not working 2 months full time for the clients, because you also have your prospection time, your content creation time. So maybe a project that takes 2 months, you need to schedule in 2 months and a half, because you know that once per week you're gonna have a day with for prospection or content creation. So this is really up to you to manage your schedule as you need. Sometimes maybe you need to work more on client project because you have a rush or you have money needs. But it's important to be consistent in content creation, in prospection, and also in clients' work. But this is also depend if you are working alone or if you are working with a team. Because, for example, if you are working with a team, the development phase, you can say, okay, the development phase finally is going to be for Ballerine. And as you can see, the card disappear and will appear in the Ballerine dashboard. Let's go in the Ballerine dashboard. And as you can see, if you go in September, she have a task here, development. But let's bring back this task to me. Now let's come back in my dashboard. And if I come back in my current task table view, as you can see, it's September, October, I have all these tasks created. I don't want to see this. So of course, you just can say, hide this group. I just want to see what's happened today and tomorrow. And when I check my calendar, here I can see all my tasks. But maybe you're gonna say, hey Alex, if I'm going on the Matt Crepel website, I see that, for example, in UX design step, there is all this task. I don't ask this mini task in my personal dashboard. I prefer add the UX, the global task, the UX design task, because it's really hard to quantify the time that you're gonna take for each action. And after it gives you pressure, and it's better to be global. That's why I use this way on my personal dashboard. One thing that you can do is, if you don't want to share this page, because if you check here, you can find the global price, the benefits of the studio, and some information that maybe you don't want to share with a freelancer with who you work. What you can do is create a new space here. So what are we gonna do? It's create a new page called Freelancer Hub. And here, what you're gonna do in this Freelancer Hub, I mean, you can add a cover if you want. Here, what you're gonna do is you're gonna select this press option, you drag, you drop, and like that inside you have the process steps. So let me show, let's add in full width. And here you even can add a filter. So we're gonna filter by category steps. For example, if you are just working with a Webflow developer, we're gonna just show the Webflow development phase, the SEO, delivery. And we say for everyone. And like that, you can just share this page by just publishing this page. Like that, the freelancer will not have access to the whole project. So this is a great way to don't show all the data from the whole project. And you even can assign him here if you have Notion, or if you don't have Notion, you can add here. And like that, he can complete by himself every steps, and you don't have to do by yourself. By organizing your task in your personal dashboard, you ensure that you stay on track with the project timeline while also managing other essential activities like prospecting and social content creation.